order in the courts. I have no idea what that intro was. What is up, Netflix fans, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back to you guys with a brand new movie or series review. Today is season 1 of The Order. And what I do every week or weekend, basically whenever a new movie or television show drops on Netflix, I like to watch it, to binge it, to get it all done and out there for you guys to know if I liked it, if I think it's worth a watch. We can talk about it in the comment section down below. So let me know, have you watched The Order? Are you excited for it? Do you even know what it is? Well, today I'm going to let you guys know what The Order is. Are we getting a season 2? All of those good things. And I will start out this review telling you guys what The Order is all about. So out to avenge his mother's death, a college student pledges a secret order and lands in a war between werewolves and practitioners of dark magic. I didn't really know anything about this show going in, did not watch a trailer, and the first thing I said to myself is that this just feels really familiar. This entire premise, the setup, even the look of the show. In the first episode, I'm like, I just feel like I have seen this show before, but I gave the show a chance, and 2 episodes in, I kind of felt the same way that I did going in. It's just a very familiar and slightly predictable show. And I'm not saying it's horrible. I did like elements of the show, and it's absolutely going to have its audience. I can tell you right now, this could be a cult hit on Netflix, and I'll give you those reasons in just a second. But first off, why do I feel like this show is just something that I've seen before that is a bit conventional? Well, there are so many twists and turns throughout. I didn't even know there were werewolves in the show because I didn't read a premise. I didn't watch the trailer. I just thought it was a show about magic, and I was getting Sabrina the Teenage Witch vibes at first, and then it slowly started to do other things, which I like, even though it continued to make me think that the same audience that's watching Sabrina and Riverdale is going to watch this show and maybe be disappointed. But then the werewolf aspect comes in, and that actually started to get me a bit intrigued. I believe it's in episode 2 or 3 when you really start to dive deep into this storyline, and it's not just about the magic and this cult that's going on campus. And yes, of course, it has the college vibes, the romance, the really obvious romance that you can kind of predict every single story beat in that regard, but it's still there if you love a story that provides an element like that along with all of the thrills and excitement that you expect. And I will actually give a major kudos to one particular element in the show that has surprised me more than anything I've seen on Netflix all year, and that is the special effects when certain characters, I'm not going to say who or what or when, is turning into a werewolf. Those effects are fantastic. I love the look of it for the budget and what the show is going for and how little they really had to spend on this thing. I'm impressed. Like I said, the obvious romance, unless this is your first high school, college drama show that you've ever seen, then maybe you don't see it coming, but I saw it coming from a mile away. And then the villain storyline, all of those plot beats, it's laid out for you. You can anticipate, you can expect, and sure enough, it does just that. The acting, for the most part, I can struggle with this aspect of a show like this sometimes, especially in a show like Riverdale. In this show, I had no issues with the acting. There are some standouts in particular. Sam Tramwell, who plays Eric Clark in the show, is awesome. And Matt Frewer, I believe, who plays Peter Morton. Both of those characters are standouts. They're very good, and they're very memorable. These 2 actors overcome their character cliches, the cliches that are very evident in a story like this, and they rock these roles. I mean, absolutely rock them, and their chemistry with our lead is really good. Jake Manley, I don't believe, is a horrible lead. Now, I can see a lot of people not liking his character because of certain choices and the way that he acts in the beginning, and the fact that he doesn't have a major story arc. He goes through these experiences, and then by the end, you're like, oh, he's a completely different person, right? No, he's really kind of the same guy that he was when he started out on this journey. But he's engaging, he brings a nice amount of humor to the role, and even though the romance is cliche, conventional, and predictable, you still buy it because you buy him and you even buy her. The acting, like I said, it's not a major negative. It may not be the best script, but the acting's okay. I feel like what sets Sabrina apart from a show like this is Sabrina focuses on family, and it's a nice coming-of-age story at the same time. This show has those elements intact, and it should have hit on those a bit more. I think if it would have, then I would have gotten more enjoyment out of it. And once again, I know I've kind of mentioned it, but I've not straight up said it. I am not the target demographic for this show. It says 16 plus, but I feel like even kids below the age of 16, you're going to get something out of it, even all the way until I'd say your early 20s. If you're in that high school, college age range, then maybe you'll be able to relate a bit more than I did. Now, I'm not saying I'm super old. I'm 23. I just graduated 1 year ago, but I also watch like 2 shows a week and 3 movies a week, so I've seen a lot of content, and when you see so many things at the same time and within a short span, you tend to get less out of the shows that take less risks, and this is a show that just did not take any risks at all. It plays it completely safe. I could have done with something that was refreshing or brought us new characters, or maybe played on the tropes of the werewolves and the magicians and casting the spells and bringing dead people back to life and killing people. All of that stuff is in there, but it's just the way that we've seen it portrayed before, and that's why this show to me could have been better than it was, but I still don't think it was bad because there were so many elements in there that I think a lot of people are going to love. And I have a strange feeling at the end of the day that there is going to be a hashtag Team Sabrina and a hashtag Team like The Order or something along those lines, because these are 2 really similar shows. They each came out about 6 months from each other, and I will say The Order does have quite a few things going for it, but I have to be Team Sabrina if we're going that route, but I'm not trying to start a fan war. Oh God, what have I done? And really from a quality standpoint, oh, he's bringing filmmaking into this. Well, of course I am. Looking at this from a cinematography standpoint or even the color palette, I didn't mind any of that. I thought it was shot well. I thought it looked good on a technical level. I'm like, yeah, the production value here is pretty legit. It's not like they half-assed it and they didn't try. They really tried when you're looking at a show like this, even if the script didn't necessarily measure up to the quality of the filmmaking. It's just like you got your standard lead, good-looking guy. You've got the girl that easily falls in love with him. You've got the douchebag friends. You've got the cool friends. Now, I do like the war that is going on and how he's kind of playing a double agent at times. I thought that was really cool, and that's an element that I was excited to see explored, and something that I think could be explored even more in season 2. Who knows? Season 2 could go in a completely different direction, reinvent some of these characters, make it refreshing. I have a feeling it could do that, but when we're looking at season 1, how did this start out? It started out on an okay note, but that's as far as I'm going. I think the show is okay, even though I truly believe it's going to find its audience. And that's what I want to know, guys. Get down in the comment section below. Did you like it? Did you love it? Is it your favorite show of all time? Your least favorite? Before I give my score, but that's what we're doing right now. And I'm going to give The Order a 62%. That's right, I went fresh with it. Like I said, it's not a bad show. It's just a show that I've seen before, but still one that I think if you start watching it and you're kind of getting into it, keep going, go all the way until the end, and I think you'll get excited for a season 2, because honestly, when season 2 comes out, I will be watching it. But like I said, this is your time to get down in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. As always, the reason I watched every episode of this yesterday is because I love recommending stuff for you guys. There are so many movies and shows on Netflix. It is hard to know what should I watch, what should I leave behind, what should I skip. And I want that to be my job. I want to be the guy that tells you what you should watch, what you shouldn't watch, but always give something a chance. Even if I say I don't like it, go watch it, make up your own mind. That is the beauty of films and filmmaking. You guys are the absolute best. There is so much more stuff coming out today. I'm ranking the MCU films. I'm talking about Doom Patrol. I'm talking about more Netflix movies. This entire weekend is filled with Netflix content and Marvel stuff. You guys are the absolute best, and I will see you very soon.